have to come to the national team and then play 90 minutes throughout.
And now the global football's calendar, or the number of games that are being played, it's almost choking the calendar. We'll talk a lot more about that. It's a lovely conversation to be had. But let's take a look at the results that we've seen of match day 3 so far in the qualifiers to the World Cup. Namibia were held to a 1-1 draw by Liberia. Sierra Leone, though, at home, beat Djibouti by 2-1. Central African Republic saw off Chad. It was 1-0 in that game. Remember, that is a game of interest because they are in Ghana's group. Togo at home, Sudan held them back to a 1-1. Then Tunisia left it somewhat late to beat Equatorial Guinea. So those are some of the results coming through for match day 3. There'll be a lot more of other games coming today to confirm what the match day 3 results will be looking like, and so we'll have a look at that. Now let's refresh our memories on some of the games we saw from yesterday. Central African Republic, they played against Chad, and I'll come to you, Kojo. Yeah. I mean, that result in that game.
I don't think the result is good for us. For me, as much as possible, everybody around us should be drawing. Everybody around us should be drawing. We should just be picking, because any team that is getting 3 points for now, it's not good for us. And it's a really, it makes our situation even dire. It means we've dropped another step below the
because they have 4 points
table
now.
Yeah, exactly. So and we are only 3 points.
3 points.
So now we are even behind Central African Republic. So it's even making today's game. I was telling Sami that now it's no more a must not lose. It is a must win game. The way it's going, that we have no option but to win. And this game has just come too early for Otuado. I feel sorry for him. There's a lot of pressure on him. The job is already a pressurized job. You know, everybody, all eyes are on him. He had literally very little time to prepare. Thankfully, he managed to get 2 friendlies to at least get a pulse and a feel of the team. But this and in our group, Mali are the seeded side, so they are the toughest side. And I think they've lost only 1 game in the last 9 or 10 or something like that. And we have won only 1
in the last 10.
Exactly. So it makes the situation really, really tough. But let me pick on the theme that Sami and Lai started. I think, thankfully, because Lai said it's all up here, but I think thankfully the Euros are happening.
Yeah.
So all our players also, if they call a teammate, I mean, if
they're all in camp.
They are all in camp. Yeah. Everybody else is in camp. Everybody else is preparing for a tournament. So if you want to even compare notes, you are not going to call your teammate and he say, "Oh, Charlie, me, I'm in Brazil, I'm in Miami Beach, something chilling," and you're like, Nikra, why should I worry? You get me? Why should I worry myself? Going to put my leg into it. But now everybody at least is on national team duty. Yeah. And Lai will confirm, when you go back to your teams, I mean, they are proud that they were all on national team duty, and they will even be laughing at those who were not on national team duty. You are not your national team. So I think that balances the situation a bit, and maybe it will help the coach, because it's a very difficult situation the coach finds himself.
After a long season.
Like Kudus played literally almost every game for West Ham, and then he comes in, he needs a break, but at least if he calls and Paqueta too is on national team duty, Antonio is on national team duty, this person, at least it gives him something.
All right, Sami, I'll come to you. We just have to bounce it off now because we need to make some cash. So the news coming through is that the first 11, the team that is starting for the Black Stars, has been released. We'll get to that only after this break. We'll be right.
GBC client service. Hello. Thank you for calling. GBC provides you the platform to amplify your brand reach. When you advertise on our 7 TV channels and 18 regional and district radio stations across the country, please reach our sales department at sales@gbcghanaonline.com and telephone numbers 0303-959604 and 0303-959605.
For all customer care issues, reach us by email care@gbcghanaonline.com and on telephone 030.
Be a tram. Apomudin hun sem eji ensem ho. Emma osuru yedin emasase ediawere ho. Enti onyankopon nam da esumu eda enua eni habama ebeji adasama enkwa ekire adujamfi. Onyankopon de yare nyina so tumi ahye Dr. Tamda Sonsa. Yese di wawuo.
Different crowd betum a high sense hero promo. Ye crowd na ya hobua na konya na bedawa ma TV, sound system, mobile phone. Ya titi so say who?
You up to that big game coming up in Bamako. It's Mali hosting Ghana in the FIFA World Cup qualifiers. Right. I did tell you that the lineup is out there. So we jump straight into it, guys. Let's go straight into it. All right. So this is how the lineup is looking like. Lawrence Atsigi, the same posts. So I'll just run you through the team. Then my panelists are going to be juggling how they are going to shape up. That is their job. So then, Alidu Seydu is in the team. Tariq Lamte is being called up to start. Alexander Jiku, Mohamed Salisu. There's Gideon Mensah as well. I imagine that is the back line. Enes Nyama, Thomas Partey, Mohamed Kudus, Abdul Salis is in the team as well as Antoine Semenyo. So that is how the team is looking like now, gentlemen. That is the Ghana team that is going to be playing. It's not a familiar setup, and so it's confusing how the team is going to shape up. It's only a matter of time before we learn that. But Sammy, what do you pick from that?
On the face of it, it would look like what I suspected, which is that he would want to play this very tight. At the back. You saw the Central African Republic game. Chad outplayed them for large portions of the game, and they just scored. He's probably looking at playing it very tight, probably playing back five when it is that Ghana doesn't have the ball and we are defending, in order to, as much as possible, block any particular holes. And that's how come you have Tariq and Ali Seydu in the same team. Up front, my only surprise is his starting of Nyama. I mean, I have no problem with him starting Nyama because it gives us a lot of threat. But it only underlines the fact that we would want to, attack at pace and try to catch the Malians off guard. The only downside to that is not starting with Jordan. I say that because the left side consistently in games has been exposed. And so if Nyama plays and he plays on the left-hand side, he would have to, or whoever plays on the left-hand side has to offer enough protection to the left back. That for me is my only worry, because consistently in a lot of games we've seen that that's where opponents have created most of their chances. And so look, it's a daring selection. The pivot in the middle was expected, and that axis of Kudus and Salis and Partey was expected as well. That's our creative spark, is our best opportunity to win the game. Right. But ultimately, it comes down to the extent to which the players are going to work.
Like when you look at how the team has shaped up, what do you make of it? Do you see any combinations there that could be the threats for Mali?
Yes, for me, my focus will be on the right side. You can see most people are surprised that they have Alidou and then Tariq Lamptey in the game. One thing we should forget in the Premiership, Tariq Lamptey can play as a right winger.
Yeah.
And he can go up and down. So for me, I think Otto have made a very good choice. He needs someone that can go up and down. When you go to the other side, which is Gideon Mensah's side and then Nuama's side. Nuama, for me, Nuama is one of the wingers that are very good with 1v1s. If you allow, I know Right to Dream build him up like that, give him confidence to take players on, which for me, for previous years, we've not seen Ghana having a player that can take players on 1v1 and come in. Most games that he've started from the bench, that he've come on, you can see he've created a lot of chances when he comes on, like taking players on, whipping balls in early, especially early ball crosses in. And one good thing that he has is, even though he's a left-footed player, he can take players on inside and outside, and his assist has been fantastic. When you come to the midfield, Kudus will definitely play in front of
Partey
and Salis.
Yeah.
Which for me, I think it's also a positive thing for us. Kudus can shoot from the D.
Yeah.
Whenever he gets close to the danger zone, he can have a finish from there. That which we've seen him do that in the last African Cup of Nations. So for me, we have the team that Otto have put up. I think it's a very good starting lineup.
Right.
People are surprised that they wanted to see Jordan Ayew in the starting lineup, but we all have to respect the coach's decision.
Yeah.
The coach knows what he wants. Every coach is different. The coach knows which type of player and which system that he want to play, and which type of player can give him what he wants.
Right. Kojo, it's a big game for Thomas Partey. I want to pick you because he's captaining Ghana today.
Obviously. And Partey has proven it.
Yeah.
I mean, he has the temperament for the big games. That game against Nigeria proved to us what type of player Partey is. And I believe that he's going to stamp his leadership authority on the team. My only surprise with the lineup, and maybe it confirms what Sami said, the coach is probably thinking of playing it very tight without the ball.
Right.
But I may have preferred Osman Bukari in the stead of Salis. Only because, for me, we should play this game as if we are playing at home and we need the win. But
you want to throw a bit of caution.
Yes, exactly. So it's the caution part that I think has spoken to his mind, and he's played Salis. But otherwise, I'll pick on Sami again. The left side where he's a bit worried.
Yeah.
I think to what Lai said, Nuamatu can do the go and come. Only that Tariq has better defensive ability than Nuama does.
Right.
So the right side, I am expecting it to be solid.
It's the overload, depending on how they play. Where they overload the left.
Then the pressure.
Yeah, because Nuama has a lot of talent going forward.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping he'll have the space, right? And the quick passing out of defense and out of the middle that releases him. Because in the cameos he made during the Nations Cup, again, we've seen one of the banes of the Black Stars. And I shouldn't compare previous regime with this one. Has been the extent to which the release in the transitions has been, and that when you have players who are speedy, who need the space in order to be able to do the one-on-one, are not released
I think Partey
on time. If we have that, it makes us extremely dangerous going forward to the Malians.
Transitioning very quickly.
But knowing Otto, again, my concern is off the ball. When we don't have the ball, how to stay compact. Because for these shootout games where you need victory, that's how you win it. It's not about hogging possession or dominating for long periods, but it's really the extent to which you can take advantage of that. And we've seen Cote d'Ivoire do this against the Malians. Even with 10 men.
It's a lesson there to learn from everybody.
So it's something that can be done, even in their home backyard.
Right. It is Ghana that, of course, we are focusing on, surely. But Ghana is playing against Mali. Let's take a look at the Malian team. Take a look at how they look like and where the threat is going to be, who the danger man is going to be, and all there is to know about them. The Eagles, popularly as they are known when they play in CAF. Of course, the Malian Football Federation is where they are. They are in Wafu, West Africa. Eric Chell is the coach, the very famous coach who water had to be poured on him when he lost in that game against Cote d'Ivoire. Captain Hamari Torre is the man who is going to be their captain. Muska Sadie Keita, all of you do remember this name of 102 caps. Sadie Keita as well has got the most goals for his country 25 times. Stade du Mar is the stadium where they call their home stadium. All right, so then this is where we find ourselves. Currently, they are 44th in the FIFA ranking. Their highest ever was 23, and their lowest ever has been 117. They've never, ever been at the World Cup. That is why this game is so important to them. All right, so we see the Mohamed Kamara. He's the man from Monaco. He's going to be the man that will be looking to inspire them today and set them forward and cause all the havoc to the Black Stars when they play today. All right, Lassine Sinoyoko, we saw him at the AFCON, very, very instrumental for them. AJ Oxlade is where he plays. He's a forward, and he'll be looking to be putting the ball into the back of the net against Ghana's Lawrence Atizigi. Meanwhile, Seko Koita is the man from Salzburg. And then, of course, he also has good goals about him. Has 8 goals, had assisted 1, played 672 minutes. He looks like he's in top shape. All right, so then we'll take another quick pause. When we come back, we focus on Team Mali. Then we look at all the permutations that will lead into the game, where the game is going to be lost, where the game is going to be won. We'll be right back. Would be and of course one of the big names coming through is Loyoko. He is a handful, and Ghana's defense would have to be mindful of what the threat.
I was saying that I was reading about him before I came into the studio, and I was a bit concerned that this is going to be probably the biggest threat against Ghana. But I just hope that the likes of Gideon Mensah and Jiku already know him, and they know what stuff he's made of, and will be prepared. Will be prepared for him. I don't think there'll be an element of surprise coming from him. So they better check him and make sure that he doesn't get the kind of day he wants. I mean, Partey is not going to be the one doing the tackling and doing the blocking there. He's there as a DM, but I think Partey's type of DM now is that release you are talking about. It's not going to be covering the defense. So the defense had better do their homework and probably
keep an eye on him.
And then again, that's why Salah is there maybe ahead of some of the other midfielders.
Mali come into this game slightly as favourites, but when you watch the games they've played in the qualifiers so far, they've not won all of them. They've won one, they've dropped points in one of them. All of those games at home, they concede goals, and that is something that should maybe encourage Ghana. We saw their game against Central African Republic. They concede goals.
Yeah. And when you look at our lineup, we have players that can score goals as well. Norma is someone that can score goals. Tariq Lamptey can assist, and sometimes we've seen what he can do in the Premiership. He's very rapid, getting in the box, and then finding Kudus behind. Semenyo. Behind Semenyo with the physique the Semenyo have, I think we can threat the Malians a lot.
Let's take a look at how the Ghana team is going to be looking like now. Or all we need to know about the team Ghana before we go. Because, of course, some of you are outside Ghana watching Ghana. I want to tell you some more about Team Ghana. So let's take a look at your profile is looking like. The famous Black Stars, the Ghana Football Association is their association. They are in CAF, they are in WAFU. Of course, Coach Otto returns for his second stint. Thomas Partey now is captain going into this game. Andrew Ayew has made the most appearances in that jersey with 120 of them. Asamoah Gyan still leads the way as far as top goals are concerned. He has 51 to his credit. Home stadium,
that amuses me. It amuses me very.
That's true. Because Ghana has plenty stadiums. Why not? If you have plenty, flex it. Well, currently, Ghana is 68th on FIFA's ranking. Their highest ever was a magnificent 14th. Their lowest ever has been 89th. They've been to the World Cup 4 times. Would they make it a 5th quarterfinal stage in 2010? What's their best outing in the World Cup? At the moment, though, top players to watch in this game is Ghana's captain, Thomas Partey, who returned from injury for Arsenal and was amazing for them getting to the end of the season. He can pass. That is for sure. And, of course, we know that he can win duels as well. Then there is Mohamed Kudus of West Ham and in the Premier League. What a season he had, scoring 14 times and creating 7 goals. Can he create today? Or better still, can he finish? So the stage is set. It is in Bamako, it's in Mali, it is Ghana, coming up for what it would be a very fascinating fixture. Gentlemen, we need to start talking about predictions and how this game is going to pan out and how important this game is for these two sides. I started with you, Sammy. Where do you see this game lost or won?
Before then, just for context, the 4 times we've been to the World Cup, averagely, we've lost just 1 game.
Yeah.
It's only in 2010 when we were qualifying that we lost 2 games. It means when you lose 2 games in the World Cup qualifiers, even in a 16 group World Cup qualifier, it imperils your ability to qualify for the World Cup. And Lai knows the 16 qualifier because that's what happened in 2006. There are so many points up for grab. That's why we can't afford to lose this game. For the second half, I know we have plenty of options going forward, but what has been the bane for Ghana in the last few internationals we've played is our ability not to concede. So for me, the priority would be not conceding against the Malians if they make an early start. And once we do that and we have the confidence to then utilize our opportunities up front, we see whether we can get a goal.
Like massive game.
Yeah, massive game. But for me, I think we should take the game to the Malians. We don't have to give them so much respect by trying to sit back and then watch them. We have players that can press high. Semenyo, he can press very high. He is powerful, explosive. Norma, and all the 3 players up front, they can press high. So we need to press them high and make sure we unsettle them. We don't have to let them have confidence and come into the game. They are playing home, remember. When they have the grounds, they have confidence and they bring the game to us, then we are going to struggle. We should take the game to us. We should be calm on the ball and try to make sure we suffocate them with deep passes, breaking their lines, getting behind them and then causing surprises. If we sit and wait for them, they have confidence, it will be a long day for us.
You just say you feel so sorry for Otto Addo because this game might have come just too early for him. But he should. It's a game that potentially he can make a statement.
But that is the advantage he should take. That is the situation he should take advantage of because it's such a big game and because it's so important to Ghanaians. It is an opportunity for him to make a statement, and I agree totally with Lai. We should not show the Malians too much respect. Granted, they are playing home, they have the crowd behind them, so they have their tails up. Granted, but not too much respect. Take the game to them, give them, unsettle them very early. If we can, I mean, we don't score too many goals lately, but if we can and score an early goal, that will totally unsettle them, and we can then relax and play again. If we show them too much respect and we concede, then it's going to be another whole. Then all the pressure, and then the boys start thinking what's going to be said at home, and all that thing comes in. So take the game to them right from the blast of the whistle. Press. You have the material to press. Maybe apart from Jiku and Pate, all the boys are young. They have the ability to press and run and run and run.
A lot of running.
Yeah, exactly. There's a lot of running in them, so they must do that. They must necessarily do that. And if you can get an early goal, that will be.
Thankfully, the Malians are not watching this. But what is the weakest spot in the Ghana team where Mali can cause problems? And by asking that, I'm asking also how they fix it.
I mean, look, based on recent matches, again, I go back to the left side and say, again, if there's enough understanding, and yes, I agree, there has to be pressing, which means defending from your opponent's half, not even allowing them to bring it. But the coordination between those playing on the wings is extremely important, because based on the strength of the Malian team, they would want to go there and put the balls in the box and challenge you. I am not for waiting to defend the aerial balls. I am for cutting out the supplies and preventing them from coming in. So a lot is dependent on the lines between the players.
Yes, but Samir, I agree with you. But that's the more reason why Otto is playing two holding midfielders.
Yeah.
Two holding midfielders. If the fullback goes up to press wide, one of the holding midfielder can fill in the half space. That gives them 5 at the back. If it's 1, then you only have 1 holding midfielder that can fill in, and the 2 attacking midfielders are late, then it exposes the back line. So if you have 2 holding midfielders, one can always, Salis can fill in. If it's on the left side, Salis should always fill in the half space so that they will still have back 4. If Gideon Mensah drops, then we have 5 blocking that space.
Right.
That gives us security.
I mean, we played a double pivot for a while.
Yeah.
But sometimes it's that moment where the coordination doesn't help, and the people put the ball through the line.
Well, this is the longest time Otto Addo has had to spend with the team. And many managers wouldn't have that. Anyway, okay, so then let me tell you some story about what is to come, because the Heroes just around the corner. So Hisense have got a super deal for you, introducing the Hisense Euro promo to you. Elevate your Euro 2024 experience with unbeatable deals on TVs, sound systems, and mobile phones. Catch every match in stunning detail with our state-of-the-art high-definition 4K, QLED, and mini-LED TVs ranging from 32 inches up to a whooping 100 inches, providing you with all the goodies to choose from. Also, feel the stadium atmosphere at home with crystal clear sound from our soundbars and speakers, and stay connected on the go with your latest smartphones. From the 10th of June to the 15th, rush to our showrooms and grab your favorites at discounted prices, and immerse yourself into the excitement of the Euro 2024. For terms and conditions are applied. Also remember to call 030-255-0000. And also, don't forget to follow on Facebook, on Twitter, and on YouTube. Hisense, everyday prizes for everyday people. Also, to Midimafo Herbal Clinic, Oyarifobia Kaise, Udimafo Midimafo Herbal Clinic. Tabia Takum. Takum. So my gentlemen here are all Takum. All right, so that is how Mali arrive at the stadium. What a game it is for them, with the stadium packed with their fans. Only few Ghanaians in that place to support them. They'll be hoping that they pick 3 points and get a distance between themselves and the Black Stars, who, to be quite frankly, going into the group were the 2 favorites to qualify. So there you have it. Like when you have few minutes to go, we've seen the lineup. Players know what the manager expects of them, but they have to get onto the pitch and deliver. As a player, around this time where you've got a couple of minutes before kickoff, How do you just get yourself immersed into the moment?
There will definitely be butterflies in your stomach.
How do you solve that? How do you solve those nerves?
So
how do you deal with it?
So that's the willpower. You know, we have something called, you have to let the pressure make you or break you. So for me, I'm eager to go in and let the game start. I'm eager to get in. You know, one thing I don't like is when it gets to this moment, after warm up, coming, change, and then small pep talk, going back on the pitch, standing in the tunnel, you know, seeing each other. That's when the butterflies starts. You know, I'm eager to go on the pitch and let the game start. When the game starts, I'm looking for first 2-3 balls that comes to me have to be very on point, and it should be simple and accurate. And that's, after that, it's history.
All right, so we'll see the Black Stars also having arrived into the stadium because they are hoping to get all those 3 points that, you know, you have said. Could you have said it's a must get 3 points? But the repercussions of not getting 3 points would be that if Mali do beat Ghana, Mali will go some 4 points above Ghana. And so what that means is Ghana can't afford that.
Ghana will need a perfect record.
Yeah.
If they don't win today. I mean, especially if Ghana loses, they'll need a perfect record.
Actually, from now, I think we need a perfect record.
But when you look at the points, the points we pick up.
All right, gentlemen, there's plenty to talk about after this, but we have to go for the first half of the game. It is Mali, it is Ghana, it's the World Cup at stake. Enjoy the first half.
Both teams need to win to make their way towards the top of the group. A reminder that only the top spot in each of these 16 groups